What if I told you that retaining just one great employee this year could save your firm tens of thousands of dollars in lost time, client disruption, and hiring costs? What are you doing right now to make sure that happens? Stick around because you're about to learn 5 key factors that drive employee retention that will help you keep your best people. Coming up in this video, you'll learn 3 key things every solo and small firm owner needs to know about keeping their best employees. First, exactly what the 5 key factors are so you can start making real changes today. Second, how to apply these retention strategies in a small firm or solo practice, even if you don't have big firm resources or an HR department. And third, how to tell if your retention efforts are working and how to spot early warning signs that something may be off. Let's get started. Imagine trying to win games with a constantly changing roster. You never know who's going to show up. Players don't have time to develop chemistry, and every game feels like starting from scratch. That's exactly what it's like trying to run a small or solo law practice when you're constantly losing good employees. There's no rhythm, no flow, and no foundation to build on. That's why today we're going to talk about what you can do to help you create the kind of work environment where your best people want to stay and grow with you so you can build a stronger team, deliver better services to your clients, and ultimately free up more of your own time to focus on what matters most. Let's break down exactly what drives retention, and more importantly, how you can start applying these strategies in your own firm today. First up, meaningful work and clear purpose. Employees stay when they know that what they're doing matters, that they're contributing to something bigger than just billing hours or pushing paper. In a small firm, you actually have an advantage here. The connection between each person's work and the outcomes for your clients is much easier to see if you take the time to point it out. Here's a simple way to do this. Share client success stories with your staff. Talk about how the work they did helped that client, or changed someone's life, or solved a big problem. When people feel that their work makes a real difference, they're much more likely to stick around. Next, recognition and appreciation. Feeling valued is one of the top reasons employees stay, and this is another place where small firms can actually outshine bigger firms. In a small office, you know your people. You work with them closely. That means you can personalize your recognition, and that matters more than a generic Employee of the Month plaque any day. Here's what that looks like. Regular praise, both public and private. A handwritten note after a big case wraps up. A shout out in a team meeting. A quick thank you message after someone helps you hit a key deadline. Little things like this, done consistently, build loyalty over time. Number 3, professional growth and development. Good employees want to grow. If they feel stuck, they'll start looking elsewhere. And that's just human nature. Even if you don't have a big training budget or a formal HR department, there are lots of ways to help your people develop. You can mentor them yourself. You can give them opportunities to take on new types of work or new responsibilities. You can encourage them to attend CLE programs or legal conferences, and even cover the cost when possible. You can also have regular one-on-one conversations about their career goals and how you can help them to get there. When employees see a path to growth within your firm, they're more likely to stay and invest in that future. Number 4, flexibility and work-life balance. Flexibility is one of the biggest drivers of retention today, especially post-pandemic. And small firms are frequently positioned to offer this kind of flexibility, often in ways that large firms can't or won't. Now, flexibility doesn't always mean remote work. It can be flexible scheduling, the ability to leave early for a child's event, a results-based approach instead of clock watching, or simply an understanding boss who respects personal boundaries. Here's an easy first step. Just ask your employees what flexibility looks like to them. You might find that small adjustments can make a big difference in how loyal and engaged they feel. And finally, number 5, trust and autonomy. Employees stay where they feel trusted and empowered to do their work. not micromanaged or second guessed at every turn. And in a small firm, this is critical because you rely on your team to get things done without constant oversight. Here's what that looks like in practice. Define clear roles and outcomes. Make sure each team member knows what they're responsible for and what success looks like. Then, give them space to do it. Resist the urge to hover. Let them own their work. When people feel trusted, they take more pride in what they do, and they're much more likely to stay. Now, how do you know if your retention efforts are actually working? And how can you spot early signs that something might be off? One way is to simply pay attention to how your team is showing up day to day. Are people engaged? Are they contributing ideas? Are they talking about the future of the firm? Or just doing the bare minimum to get through the day? Another way is to track some simple numbers. Look at your turnover rate. How many employees have left over the past year or two? Is that number going up, down, or staying steady? You can also do quick pulse check-ins. Ask your team member how they feel about their work, what's going well, and what could be better. Sometimes just asking those questions will give you really helpful insights. And finally, trust your gut. If you sense morale is dipping, if you hear more complaints or see more disengagement, that's a signal to check in and find out what's going on before it turns into turnover. Now, even if you implement every one of these retention factors, the reality is sometimes employees will still choose to leave. And the earlier you can spot that coming, the better prepared you'll be to manage it smoothly. So what should you watch for? Well, in my next video, we'll cover the 5 warning signs that a team member is about to resign and what you can do about it. Trust me, knowing these signs can save you a lot of stress down the road. Click here to watch that now.